Hello everybody, this is Doc Fox from server Grudge of Mine, ipplay.grudgeofmine.net, and today I'll be showing you guys around spawn, telling you the most important things new players need to know, and giving you tips on how to survive on our server. When you first log into our server, you'll be placed down right here, and you'll notice a number of signs all around you. You'll see signs on the arches, signs off in the distance, and signs right in front of you. Now, if you're the kind of player that just wants to go out, start mining for resources, building your base, and killing people right away, Warp Wilderness is for you. If you warp here, you'll literally just be placed down right in a spot where you can start building or start mining right away, and you can pave your way to glory from there. But if you're the kind of player that likes knowing what a server has to offer, what kind of plugins we have, and how to use them, first thing you can type in /plugins. It'll give you a whole list of what we have. Just keep in mind that some of these plugins are not used by our everyday members. A lot of them are designated for the staff and our donators. For example, LWC, which is a locking plugin for locking chests, doors, and so on, is not available for our first-time members. LWC is a donator perk only, so when you're going out griefing people and stealing people's stuff from their chests, chances are you'll be able to access those chests because most of our players don't have the ability to LWC. But as we go on here, we can see a number of different tutorials to the left and to the right. We have economy here, we have chest shop to build your own shops, to sell your own items. And if we go around here, there are tutorials about how to use factions. Factions is definitely one of the most important plugins we have, especially if you're playing with friends, because factions protects your land to a certain extent as long as you can defend it. If players in your faction are dying constantly, you're going to be losing faction power, and when you lose faction power, that's when you start losing faction land, and then your land and your creations will no longer be protected. So you want to make sure you keep that up and don't die. Going on even further, we have some information about some general commands. If you get stuck somewhere, you can just kill yourself, or if you have suicidal tendencies, totally up to you. And then we have MMO right over here, which is definitely very important, especially our party feature, because when you're coming into the server for the first time, say you're bringing 2 or 3 friends, you guys can literally create a party together with /party space and then name your party, and just basically /invite to start inviting your friends. And a very important feature about the party system is that if you don't lock your party and someone figures out the name of your party, they can join the party and then /PTP to you, which means they'll teleport to your exact location, probably kill you, and find your base, grief your base. So it's definitely important to /party space lock your party to avoid risk of that happening. Moving on around here, we have some bulletins, and bulletins will tell you about new things happening on the server, some of the most important things you need to know. Like, for example, new players often don't know that we have a website, and on that website we have a dynamic map. This dynamic map is an incredibly useful tool, especially if you're going out on the hunt for other players, because our map is very large. It goes on infinitely. And if we use dynamic map, you'll be able to see exactly where certain players are if they haven't used /dynmap hide. Now, when you use /dynmap hide, you will literally hide yourself from the dynmap so people will not be able to see you. This is probably the most key element to surviving on our server, because if people don't know where you are, people won't be able to kill you. So just remember that command when you first log in. Here's a list of our bannable offenses. We really don't have much, but we do have a spam guard plugin in place that'll kick you up to 2 times for spamming, and the 3rd time it'll ban you. So very simply, do not spam and you will not get banned. Second thing, we have a number of layers for hacking protection, and chances are you won't be able to log on to the server with a hack on, but if you do somehow circumvent that and log on, as soon as you use that hack, you will get kicked or banned. And then the third is definitely the most important, that's having no regard for human decency. If you're attacking people for their race, religion, sexual preference, you're going to be banned outright, and you're never coming back. So treat people with respect. Be a good human. And here's our forum where we have a number of meetings. While we have these meetings, we voice them on Ventrilo. That way players can hear our actual voices and start voicing opinions of what they'd like to see removed, added, or changed on the server. So if you ever have a suggestion, please bring it to us, and we are always here to make everyone's gaming experience much better. And this is not a kind of server where it's just for one person or one type of Minecraft player. This server, we are aiming to please every walk of Minecraft players. So if there's anything that you'd like to see added, changed, or removed, let us know. And off to the left here we have a wool shop off in the distance where you can buy all different types of wool for decorating your home or base. Then we have a roller coaster. You can feel free to have some fun on that. Just make sure you buy a minecart before you get on there. Here's a little dock. You can go fishing or take boats out to the ocean. There's a small channel there which will lead you to the ocean. Across this bridge here we have a black magic shop where you can get all your alchemical and enchanting needs. And water slide right up top there on top of the mountain. You can have fun plunging, taking the descent right into the mouth of the beast. Now this is one of our master builder creations, and becoming a master builder is definitely the most prestigious and challenging title that one can attain on the server. In order to attain it, you must build a unique, incredible creation with the amount of detail and intricacies that would just make other builders cry. And that is exactly what American Lazy Boy built here. So if you want to come on, check it out. Every room has a purpose, and it is an incredibly cool structure to just come and check out once you come and visit the server for the first time. But we're going to move on over here. We have an archery range. Say you wanted to start testing out your archery skills, and the market. The market is one of the most important, if not the most important spot that a new player should know about. Because once you go out and start mining for resources, you can sell them back at the market for in-game money. And in-game money can buy you basically anything you want. I'm going to show you real quick how to use these kiosks, use each stall. And it's very simple. You'll see the blocks right out in front, and the block indicates what is being bought or sold at this particular kiosk. And you literally walk right up to the sign, right click, boom, you got a diamond in your inventory, $750. I know the prices are exorbitant, and that is because we encourage our players to go out and mine on their own. Actually work for your resources. This isn't no cakewalk here. And also, if you want to sell some items, just walk up to the sign with the S for sell, and make sure you obviously have the item in your inventory before you click it, because you won't be able to sell something that you don't have. Say you like jamming out to some Minecraft tunes. Grudge and High's record store is the place for you. Some nice shag carpet on the ground, beautiful couches. Just pop in a record, sit back, relax, and take it all in. Across the street we have a bakery. You can buy any of the baked goods that you might need before you go off adventuring. Socialize with your friends in there. Another very important building for all the new players is our food market. It's in the shape of a pig. You literally just walk right up into the pig's mouth. He'll eat you right up, and while you're in his stomach, you'll notice all these different cells, and these cells will have different animals within them, and the items associated with those animals right to the next of those pens. Now, I've heard that the people who work here, they use all parts of the animal, so nothing is wasted. No need to worry about any waste or treating animals with any disrespect. Right up here we have Spiritual Center. Say you want to say a little prayer before you go out adventuring. If that's your thing, we got you covered. Also, this maze, very popular amongst our players. It's very difficult. We've only had a few people complete it all the way through, but you'll find if you reach the end, it was well worth it. Moving on over here in the distance, we can see this mini golf course. I'll move a little bit closer. It's very simple to use. You just walk into the pro shop, buy some snowballs, line yourself up right at this black wool, and when you're standing there, simply press Q and you'll throw the item, and that item will literally slide on the ice and hopefully into the hole. Hole in one, baby. And right over here to our left, our last couple buildings, we have Arms and Armor, where you can buy any of the weapons and armor that you may need on your adventures. That way you can slay your foes, no questions asked. And use it also in the arena that you can see here to our right. A lot of blood has been spilt here since its opening, and we have PvP events here very often, so join in whenever you get the chance. If you have the gear, if you have the skill, show it off right here. Also, there are a number of other events happening on our server per day. We have over 15 events right now, and we're constantly thinking up and brainstorming for these new events for our players to enjoy. And in order to get to these events or check out all the different places we have on our server, you'll use warps, and the simplest command that you can use to see all of the warps is /warp list, one word, and when you find a warp that you'd like to visit, simply type in /warp space and then the name of that warp. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is Doc Fox bowing out for Grudge of Mine, and it's time to go mine.